All right, so we are trying to solve this problem which appeared in JEE Mains 2019. In this question, we have been asked to find the radius of a circle C, um, where the condition for circle C is given as that the circle is actually touching another circle at a point 1 minus 1, and the circle is also passing through a point 4 comma 0. Then we are supposed to find the radius of the circle. So if you look at this, right, as in, I mean, the very first thing which we will observe as in, if I want to find the radius of the circle, either I could write that in the form x minus h whole squared plus y minus k whole squared equals to r square. Or I could write this circle's equation in another form, which is x square plus y square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equals to 0. In both these cases, what we see is that there are three unknowns here. One is h, another k and r here, or g, f, or c. And if I have to find all these three, then I need to have three conditions. And while we see that there are only two conditions which we can see right away, one, this circle is passing through 4 comma 0. And if this circle is also touching another circle externally at 1 minus 1, then this point will also lie on the circle. So we will find 2 points, but if we had been given third point, then we would have been able to find this easily. So such questions have come earlier too in JEE. So in case when we have got such a situation, then there is a particular way to solve this, right? And you can also watch my another video on a similar type of question, which is given in the link here. You can just check that out. Right now, let's try to see as in what do we have to do in such a situation. So let's first try to draw a circle, rather these two circles, and then see let's how they pan out, right? So first of all, there is a circle I want to draw. Another circle as well we want to draw. So I'll just take this circle, maybe move it a little bit down. Okay, and yeah, and then take another circle. And this circle could be, of course, smaller or bigger. We don't know really, but I'm just making it smaller circle, right? And then all this is happening over here is that it is touching this externally, right? Now, one thing which we can observe, of course, that there could be a common tangent which can go from here definitely, as in this will be the common tangent. That is one thing. Another thing about this we can observe is that if we can join these two centers, right? Now, I mean, this line which will be sort of perpendicular to this, like the normal, right? Which will pass through the center of this and this, right? So this line will be perpendicular to it and then also pass through the center, other center, right? So this is another thing which we can understand if there are two circles touching each other externally. So this circle, which I'm treating as the bigger circle, has got its center, as you can see, at minus 2 comma, this will be minus 2 comma 3, right? So this is the center of this circle, minus 2 comma 3. How do I figure out? As in, like, we actually look at this and let's say that this is 2gx. 2gx is actually equal to 4x, and then we say here it is 2fy, which is actually equal to minus 6y. So from here we get g equals to 2, and then we get f equals to minus 3. And then we know the center of the circle is actually minus g minus f, right? So this, because of this reason, this will be minus 2 comma 3. Now this point is 1 comma minus 1, right? And this point would be h comma k, right? So one thing which I can say is that if there is a line which is there, which I draw through this, will of course pass through hk. So from there I can get one linear equation. So let's write that down. So what will be the equation of the line? Let's call it as C1, call it as C2, call it as P. So C1P will be actually equal to, I mean, the equation of line C1P, equation of line C1P would be something like y minus y1. So we'll just first write the formula as in the equation y minus y1 upon y2 minus y1 would be equal to x minus x1 upon x2 minus x1. So we will now write this down. So this will be y minus y1. So let's treat this as x1, y1. So y minus y1 is y minus 3 upon x1 minus x2, sorry, y2 minus y1, which is 3 plus 1, which is going to be equal to x minus x1, which is x plus 2, divided by uh, x2 minus x1, which is minus 2 minus 1, right? So this would give me y minus 3 upon 4 equals to x plus 2 upon minus 3. Now this will give me minus 3y plus 9. I'm cross multiplying, equals to 4x plus 8. So I could say that this is actually equal to 4x minus plus 3y, and that will be actually equal to 1. So this is gonna be one of my equation, 4x plus 3y equals to 1. So this is one of my equation. Now, how do you find out another equation? As in, like, first, the thing which you can say that this is gonna pass through hk. So 4h plus 3k will satisfy this. So 4h plus 3k equals to 1. Let's call this as one equation because we are interested in finding hk. Now, how do I find out the second equation? And that is where it is tricky, or rather, this is something which you can make use of all the time. So the property which I'm gonna make use of is this, that if you have got a circle, and then if there is a chord there, and then if you can drop a perpendicular from here, then this will get bisected, right? So this is something which we had learned in maybe 9th or 10th standard. So this is the property I'm gonna make use of, because there is a point 1 comma minus 1, and then there could be a point which is 4 comma 0 over here. So if I join this, like if I join this will be a line or a chord. And then if I find the perpendicular bisector of this line, then this will pass through HK. So what are we saying here is that, I'm just writing it over here for clarity. This is 1 comma minus 1, and this is gonna be 4 comma 0. So I'm going to find out this point, which is the midpoint of it, which would be 1 plus 4 by 2. And then this will be minus 1 plus 0 by 2, right? Which is gonna be equal to 5 by 2 minus 1 by 2. Now what we are saying here is that this perpendicular bisector will be passing through HK itself. So now I have to find out the slope of this line, and then the slope of this line will be just the negative reciprocal of this, right? So slope of this line would be m, if I'm calling it as m1, for example. Slope of this line will be y2 minus y1, which is minus 1 minus 0, upon x2 minus x1, which is 1 minus 4. And that would be actually equal to minus 1 upon minus 3, which is 1 by 3. Now, the slope of this line would be, which is m2, if I'm calling it m2, would be minus 1 by m1, because they are both perpendicular, so m1 into m2 will be minus 1. So because of this reason, this will become minus 3. Now I've got a point, I've got uh, the point and the slope, right? So the equation of this line, which is they're calling as C2, and then maybe this was P, this was Q, right? And this is maybe R. So equation of line this, right? C2R would be y minus y1, again, y minus y1 is minus of minus 1 by 2, equals to m into x minus x1, minus 3 into x minus x1. Okay, so I get y plus half equals to minus 3x plus 15 by 2. Then this goes that side, then this will become y plus 3x equals to 15 by 2 minus 1 by 2. So this will become 15 minus 1, which is 14 by 2, which is 7. So now I've got y plus 3x equals to 7. And this line will actually also pass through point C2, which is hk. So I could say that k plus 3h is actually equal to 7. So what I'll do is I'll substitute k's value here. K is actually 7 minus 3h. So let's substitute that and then find the value of h. So 4h plus 3 times 7 minus 3h is going to be equal to 1. Or we can say that 4h plus 21 is gonna be minus 9h is gonna be equal to 1. Or we could say that minus 9h plus 4h is 5h. So 5h is actually gonna be equal to 20. So h is gonna be equal to 4. If h is 4, then k is gonna be equal to 7 minus 3 into 4, which will give me minus 5. So we've got the center now, which is 4 comma minus 5. Now I can find the radius because 1 comma minus 1 is here. So CP will be my radius, right? So I could just find out CP. CP is gonna be my radius, and that should be equal to x2 minus x1 whole squared plus y2 minus y1 whole squared. So x2 minus x1 whole squared would be this point is actually 4, right? So 4 minus 1 whole squared plus y2 minus y1, which is minus 5 plus 1, minus 5 plus 1 whole squared. So what I get is 3 square plus 4 square, which is gonna be equal to 5 itself. 16 plus 9, 25, so 5. So 5 is gonna be my radius of this circle. Okay. So yeah, so many a times, like if there are only two information which you can find as given, and you want to reduce this to a linear equation, then you make use of this property that you can have a chord and then you can find the equation of the perpendicular bisector and make it pass through the center of the circle, and you would be able to solve such questions. All right. So yeah, so answer of this is actually 5. If you have any questions about this or any other doubts, please do ask me in the comment section below, and I'll be really happy to answer your queries. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have a good day.